Cade Horton could be the next Cubs All-Star.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, the number one sports podcast network. We are your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Later in the show, we continue the countdown to opening day, which now starts with the number 2, which is really exciting. Also, some trivia, news and notes from spring training, which we pretty much have done every day for the last few episodes. Continuing to process the Tyler Austin injury, some prospect updates. Also, all the WBC guys leave this Sunday. And we start with Cade Horton, who finished as the runner-up for the National League Rookie of the Year last year. And in the second half, there's no other ways to put this. He was one of the best pitchers in baseball. So we continue our player preview series with him, Sam. He had a really good rookie campaign. That All-Star, that second half after the All-Star break, ERA was 1.03. He led all of the majors in that. Paul Skeens was second.
Who?
And I remember when they matched up and Horton beat him.
Who?
Down the stretch of the year. Overall, Horton ended his rookie season with a 2.67 ERA in 23 games, 97 strikeouts to 33 walks in 118 innings. And I'm wondering, a la Pete Crow-Armstrong in 2025, maybe Horton is the next Cubs player who emerges as a star player.
Well, it's kind of curious because I was thinking about this the other day. Like, Pete has all the buzz, right? Because of his personality, because of what he more, I would say, off the field than on the field. Cade's more of a quiet, reserved guy. But I mean, when's the last time the Cubs have had a young pitcher with this much momentum heading into a season? In terms of a prospect, it's pretty big. I mean, what he did last year, I get it. It was a small sample size. He didn't throw a ton of innings, but in the second half of the season, he was essentially, a diet Jake Arrieta or a 2015 sort of thing. I mean, it was exceptional. And I sit here today on February 26th. Happy birthday to my dad. I sit here today and say to myself, if he were healthy in the NLCS, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
This is a talented pitcher. I'm surprised there's not more buzz regarding him. I would go as far as to say I'm a little bit concerned, maybe even just because it's just kind of weird. Like, even myself, when we did the MLB Top 100 stuff that we'll talk about later this week, I didn't even consider him. Shouldn't he be under consideration? I mean, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball in the second half.
Yeah, not yet, but to an earlier point that you said, I think the sample is enough to get excited and base further projection and prediction and excitement off of.
I mean, he threw 118 innings. It's not like he threw 60.
No, it's a good amount. I think it's a good
11-4.
Mm-hmm.
For Cade, for me I think taking the next step would be the wrong statement. I think that'd be incorrect to make because, like you said, you're talking about the best pitcher in the league in the second half of the season. For him to sustain, for him to maintain the standard that he set, I just think it's going to come down to more strikeouts, more whiffs with the stuff that he has. And, I mean, Matt, if we're talking about most important players, which could be a fun episode maybe, most important players for the Cubs, this gentleman right here is in the conversation because they have pitchers, Tyone, Steele, Shota, Boyd, you don't know exactly what you're getting from a lot of these guys, whether some of it's injury, some of it's performance, whatever. And I think Horton is right there with Pete in terms of the biggest variance, where a year from now, you tell me yeah, it was disappointing for Cade. He had a 438 and, he came on at the end of the year, but, struggled with this and this. Or you come here and you say, yeah, Cade Horton finished third in Cy Young voting and started game 1 of the NLDS. Like, but that's in play, man.
Yeah.
That's in play. So when you have that much variance, you become really, really important. It's an important piece.
Yeah, he's easily one of the. I think he's in the team photo for most important, or he's on the podium. I guess he would be in one of my 3 slots for sure, and we should do that sometime next month. Crazy that we're flipping to March the next time we do a show. No buzz going in. I think then his ascension as a star pitcher will be that much sweeter. A little similar to Pete last year for sure, and I feel like I can identify the last time there was this young of a pitcher that was this good. And I think it segues into the opening day conversation, of which I have decided, Sam, that Cade Horton should be the opening day starter.
Oh, so you've pivoted on that.
Yes, and at 24 years young,
Akeem Olajuwon pivoted on that.
Horton would be the youngest opening day starter for the Cubs since 2006, when Carlos Zambrano got the call, also at 24 years of age. It's been 20 years, to answer your question from earlier, that out of the gate of a season, the Cubs have had this young of a guy who is to be counted on. And that's really exciting.
And I don't even think like Zambrano already had a lot under his belt at that time. You know what I mean? He'd already pitched a lot. You know what I mean? Like he already, because what was he? He had a full year in 2003. He had a full year. If I remember correctly, his best season as a Cub, or one of his best, was like 2004. You know what I mean? Like, again, not making this a Carlos Zambrano show, but one of the reasons why I don't think people realize how good this guy was early on in his career. This is more because of COVID and whatever, more of a mystery and more of an intrigue. I think by 2006, Zambrano was more of a known commodity, but just at a young age. To me, it throw Zambrano in there, throw Priory in there, Wood, and even Arrieta, even though Arrieta was a little bit older. There's vibes, man. I mean, there's vibes. Now, maybe those expectations are too high. But that's why, and I'm not even saying those are expectations. That's just comparisons. But, that's why there's so much intrigue and excitement around this guy. And by the way, importance around this guy.
And what's the pitch count going to be out of the gate? Because he was remarkable on the 75 pitch ceiling, give or take a few pitches last year. He was incredibly pitch efficient. So
150 innings, I bet.
All right. Well, that's a really good number.
I pulled it up. Listen to this. Listen to this year. 2004 Zambrano. 16-8 with a 2.75 and a 6.6 WAR.
Wow.
Finished 5th in Cy Young.
He's not in the Cubs Hall of Fame.
At the age of 22 years old.
He was doing stuff really young.
Yeah, people don't realize how good this guy was. I mean, 2004, obviously, a year that a lot of people would like to forget.
And would you have we're going to do predictions next month too. I mean, is he going to be in Philadelphia for the All-Star game?
Well, you predicted last year that he was going to be really good.
Yeah. And
do you
he was
remember
going
that?
to be a key contributor. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You did do that. Yeah, you'll have to tell me when we're doing those episodes, because I got to think. I have a couple lined up that I feel really good about.
Bush 40 homers, I think you're going to have.
Yeah, I mean, that's really bold. I almost feel like I should get I feel like I should get like a half point if he gets like 36.
Or just 34 again.
Yeah, not that we're doing a point system. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Cade's... I think one of the most, I'm telling you, like, it's weird to me that we waited this long to do his preview. Like, it's just, the whole thing with Cade is, it feels like I almost feel like I'm missing something a little bit, to where, like,
he finished the season injured.
I think he finished the season injured, and I think he's quiet.
Yeah, I think those are the two reasons.
Yeah, right.
Coming up next, the Cubs have some other prospects we want to highlight. Jefferson
good job on this
Rojas,
one.
Jackson Wiggins, Dylan Carlson is hitting like Willie Mays in spring training. And this is the last week that the WBC guys will be here for a long time. Stay tuned.
This episode is brought to you by Gametime. Gametime's back. MLB opening day is almost here, and you can feel it. Fresh starts, big expectations, and that first crack of the bat. Whether it's a breakout rookie or division race that goes down to the wire, hopefully we don't have to deal with that again. There's nothing like being in the ballpark for it. The only problem, getting tickets can feel like a grind. Long queues, surprise fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's where there's Gametime. The Gametime app gives fans the advantage with constant innovation. It's how you unlock amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's simple to use. The Gametime guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. And here's the best part, Matthew. Fees are included in the price you see. What you see is what you pay, period. Folks, I've used Gametime for pretty much every Cub game in the last, basically since we started the show. Since they've sponsored the show, I've used it every single time going to a Cub game. I haven't had a poor experience. And you know how Wrigley can be. You don't want to be one of those people. You go with your significant other and you get there and you're sitting behind one of those pillars. You can't see the game. Okay. 2 taps and it's done. No stress, no hidden fees, just great seats and minutes. That's what makes it so easy to decide last minute to hit a game. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today.
Baseball is back. And you could lock in by joining the Everydayer Club, which gets you ad-free episodes. For the next couple of days, you can use code SPRING for a free month. Go to lockedoncubs.supercast.com or tap the link in this episode description. All right. Despite Jonathan Long being ruled out for the World Baseball Classic for Chinese Taipei, Long is progressing okay. Craig Counsell said Wednesday a little bit slower than they would like, but he should be okay. And as I continue to process the Tyler Austin injury, Sam, to follow up from last episode, it's unfortunate news, but I do feel like Long in place of Austin could offer a higher upside group on opening day, just meaning if you just think about who has more upside moving forward between Jonathan Long and Tyler Austin, it's Long. And I didn't realize how dominant he was last year. Played every game at AAA, all 140. He slashed 305, 404, 479 with 20 homers and 23 doubles. If he makes the opening day roster, not only is it a good story, but I think even in a limited role, which the Cubs might not even want him in, so maybe this is all for naught, but I think he could provide what they're looking for is the Busch backup.
Yeah, I think with Long, the concern would be exactly what you said. Do they want to roll him out? Does he want to be a backup? And I have it here. I'm looking for it. I don't think he hit lefties all that well last year.
Interesting.
And so that is what I think, because the whole point, like, I know people get tired of this and it's not really fun, but the whole purpose of this is to get somebody that hits lefties. If Busch doesn't, it's not really about anything else. And they have to be able to play the position well at first base. That's really all they have to do. Now, if Busch were to get hurt, which obviously would be a disaster, but you know, it's baseball. If he were to get hurt, that would change everything, right? Then you could run that out here. I got it right here. I'm just curious. Versus lefties last year, 248, 355, 436. He was actually a monster versus righties. So that's the only thing where it becomes redundant. But I think he's earned. What other option do they have? It would be between him and Owen Miller.
Yes, I think that's the two guys realistically
Yeah.
from a defensive perspective that you would be there wouldn't be as many qualms. Like I'm not exactly thrilled to see Amaya Ballesteros or Shaw over there. Like it's not high school baseball. Like,
Right.
oh, cool. Matt Shaw played first today. No,
Yeah.
he could stay in the other infield spots in right field.
Did you confirm? Like, is that actually on the table?
Yeah, council said maybe, and same with Amaya. He said he could get work over there. Now that could just be during BP for all I know.
I'd be really surprised if Matt Shaw started a game at first base.
Well, that would be a major upset, yes.
But I remember Ian Happ did once or twice early in his career.
Oh.
There's a famous he told a famous story, I think, about it recently when Lester was on the mound and Happ was at first base and Lester was unhappy that Rizzo was taking the day off, or maybe Rizzo told the story and Happ ended up hitting like a grand slam or something. Anyway, yeah, cool. I mean, I think Long's the favorite.
Yeah, and I like it. A possible Horner Swanson successor one day. Top prospect Jefferson Rojas.
Yeah.
Not
Awesome.
only is he 3 for 10 with a homer, Sam, entering today's action, but all three of his hits had these exit velos: 108, 106, and 104. Not many Cubs all of last year hit a ball that hard.
Add a double today.
And he's already done it in spring training.
Add a double today, 1 for 2.
Wow! So he's 4 for 12,
and he's soaring up the prospect rankings across baseball. When you're talking about a prospect, Matt, I'm glad that you brought up the exit velocity. This kid's 20. I think he turns.
Young kid.
I think he turns 21 soon.
Struggled at Double-A last year. But
when you're talking about prospects, when you're talking about youth, you're looking for tools. You're looking for things like that, hard hit rate and things of that nature. I got my eye on him, and it's exciting. And I got my eye on Hollowell, and that's how I'm trying to spend my spring. But I haven't really been able to watch the game.
No, you could say it. You haven't watched.
Well, I did when they were on Marquee.
Right, and that's it.
Yeah, that's been it.
And there's, the Marquee's airing 3 games this spring. Another prospect, Jackson Wiggins, made his spring debut today.
CRA now is 33.7.
And he got touched up a little bit. Also, Dylan Carlson is now 4 for 8 with 3 walks. I feel like that, that's something to keep an eye on. Also,
you could do that.
A reminder, 8 players on the Cubs 40-man are playing in the World Baseball Classic. Boyd, Pete, Bregman, Tayo, Amaya, Assad, Palencia, and Seiya. And after Sunday's game, all 8 of those guys are leaving. I think Seiya actually earlier because he has to go all the way to Japan. Any final, it doesn't have to be a final thought necessarily, even though we're probably not going to see these guys in Cubs uniforms possibly until March 18th or so if teams go to the championship in Miami. Any final-ish thoughts on these 8 guys? It's a decent sized number.
I'm really excited for them.
Oh,
I'm really excited. I hope Pete gets the start in center field.
Next Friday night, Great Britain on Fox, Joe Davis and John Stoltz on the call.
And Scuba will be pitching in that game.
And it's going to be his only game, is that right?
That's right. Scott Boras.
Weird.
I'm excited for those guys. I'm excited to watch. Obviously, the main hope is no injuries, but sure, I'd be lying to say I'd like to see some guys contribute. I believe Seiya is playing center for Team Japan. Is that right?
That's the plan.
Yeah. So, I mean, it not only are the Cubs going to be there, but they're going to be a big part of it. I mean, Boyd starting, Tyone, you just mentioned it. Bregman should, I would assume, will start at third base.
Palencia will close for
Venezuela, right? Yeah. So
Amaya's starting catcher.
Yeah, I mean, really exciting. And by the way, also great spring training. I mean, like at the end of the day, the whole, I hope these guys don't get hurt. I get that from a pitching side, but from a hitting side, like they're still, I mean, in spring, they're still playing baseball. They're just not trying as hard. They're just not
It's like
trying
an elevated spring training.
Yeah. They're just trying. It just matters more. You know, Pete might try and run into the wall to make a catch where he wouldn't at Mesa.
Sure. Yeah. I'm excited for next Friday. I think when it rolls around, I'll be relieved. Like, let's just get this thing going, and wanting everybody to come out healthy. And I think the viewership's going to be there. Like, I think it's going to be high interest.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's USA Japan again, but I could even see other matchups being
I hope they schedule it. I hope they schedule it around the NCAA tournament. Don't put a big game on like that first Thursday or Friday, because then you're not going to get viewership, and you won't get it from me either.
I think they're sneaking in the championship literally hours before. Yeah, no, it's 2 days before March 17th.
March 17th is the championship?
Yeah.
Oh, and when and
so it's well, not plenty, but it's 2 days clear of the official NCAA start.
The NCAA starts the 19th. That Thursday is the 19th?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it was a week earlier. Oh, that's great. So it literally takes you right to the tournaments.
Yeah, it really does. It's very welcome from my side.
Huge numbers. Huge numbers.
All right, coming up next, we take a look at opening day countdown, some jersey numbers at 29, 28, and 27. And I also have 2 trivia questions if you're interested. Today's episode is brought to you by Indeed sponsored jobs. Workplace chaos, deadline stacking up, inbox overflowing, and the one position you have to fill still sitting open. When the pressure's on, you need the right hire. This is a job for sponsored jobs. Indeed sponsored jobs helps you reach the people who actually fit what you're looking for, skills, experience, location. So you're not just hoping the right candidate stumbles across your post. And here's a stat that says it all. The minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now. Support Locked On Cubs by saying you heard about Indeed on this show. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions do apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. Welcome back to Locked On Cubs, the number one podcast on the Chicago Cubs. We give you everything a Cubs fan could want, all in a 30-minute daily podcast. Well, Sam, did you as a kid have dreams of Jeff Samardzija pulling double duty? Good old number 29 for the Cubs, fresh off a 2-sport illustrious career at Notre Dame. The Cubs drafted him. I had visions of him catching passes in a Bears uniform as well. That didn't happen. But he ended up having a, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 7-year Cubs career. Wow.
Yeah. A couple opening day starts, as we learned last week. Yeah, I mean, I when I think about Samardzija, I think about that fun stuff, and unfortunately, a lot of rebuild tough years that he was.
Well, they lost a lot.
Yeah, right. They lost a lot. Right. But good. Yeah, had some good moments.
He was part of a very successful trade with the A's of Oakland.
Right.
As well. Number 28, Kyle Hendricks. One of the best Cubs pitchers of all time. He is the best Cubs pitcher since the year 2000, according to Sam Olber and Matt Cozy in an episode we did. I believe it was in November. That really we should post again or something. Is he still your favorite Cub of that era? I believe you said that.
I believe so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Rizzo's a close second.
Rizzo,
But you like Schwarber a lot too.
I liked all of them. I liked all of them. But I think Hendricks takes the lead for me. Also, another 28 that I believe wore 28 the Cubs. Lefty platoon specialist as a right-handed hitter, Jeff Baker. I believe he wore 28 as a Cub. It just popped in my head. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, we've talked about Hendricks a ton. No need to add on to it. I mean, it was almost reprehensible that at the Cubs convention they couldn't announce.
He didn't announce his name,
so we couldn't even give him an ovation. But whatever, what can you do?
We're inside 4 weeks from opening day, which is pretty crazy. Number 27 right now, Seiya Suzuki, right? Sam.
Mm-hmm.
He finished last year with 32 homers, 31 doubles, and 103 runs batted in.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the previous Cubs player to have at least 30 homers, 30 dubs, and 100 ribbies in a year?
Oh, there should be a lot of options on that. 30, 30, 100. I'll say Rizzo.
Yeah. Seiya was the first to do it since 2018 when Javi Baez did so as the runner-up for the National League MVP.
Okay, Rizzo must have done it before that.
Yeah, maybe that's probably true.
Well, I mean, he had 30 and 100 for like 3-4 straight years. I assume he mixed in 30 doubles once or twice.
Yeah, he had some great
Javi
years.
in 2018. That makes sense.
Yeah, Javi had 34 homers, 40 doubles, and 111 that year.
Yeah, it's a big year.
Yeah, it was. And I think we've done this before, but we could repeat it. Craig Counsell recently noted that Palencia will begin the year as the closer. He had 22 saves last year. If you rounded that up a bit to 30, do you know who the last Cubs pitcher was to notch at least 30 saves in a year?
No. But I will think about it. We just did saves recently on this very show.
I think that was closer history. Yeah.
Was it Wade Davis?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Okay.
He posted 32 saves in 17, and Rod Beck, by the way, saved, is this right, 51 games in 1998? Wow.
Yeah, wow. That's a wow. How many did Joe Borowski save in 03?
I think it was probably 30-ish. Wow. Yeah, I think it was 30-something.
Let's see if I could find it.
Randy Myers holds the club record with 53 in 93.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah, no, Borowski only 33. I thought it was more than
33. Okay. Yeah. All right, Sam. Not many more episodes till opening day.
That's an interesting one. How many more episodes until opening day? Probably, 10, like
17-ish.
Yeah, 17. Wow. Yeah. Mark Grace.
All right, we will be excited. We will be Chris Bryant. We'll be excited to put the calendar this weekend to March.
Even though Bryant.
Thank you for making Locked On Cubs your first.
Please subscribe, by the way. I'd love to get to 20,000. I mean, we're about 2,500 away from 20K. Let's get that at least by May 15th.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, May 15th. Well, that would be lofty, but that would be amazing.
Come on, subscribe.
For those of you on video, we send you to the 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel, and on audio, make sure your second listen is Locked On MLB. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.